Selim Turan is perhaps the most famous modern Turkish painter and sculptor that you've never heard of. For years, he was better known in France than here in Turkey. But a new exhibition at Istanbul's Sakip Sabanci Museum is set to change all that. Miranda Atty's been to take a look.
Sakip Sabanci Museum in Istanbul's Emirgan district. Its mansion dates from 1925, but its gallery annex is surprisingly modern. And it's this mix of history and contemporary that's influenced curator Necmi Sönmez's most recent exhibition. On display are more than 100 paintings and sculptures by Turkish artist Selim Turan.
He was born in 1915 when Istanbul was in the British occupation, and his father was a prominent Turkish, not a nationalist, but he was against the British occupation. His first works, which you will see on this wall, based late Cubism, and truly he starts in 1950s. To establish himself one of the leading Turkish artists of École de Paris in Paris.
Turan studied at Istanbul Academy. His modern style was influenced by Turkish painter Feyhaman Duran and French artist Léopold Lévy. But it wasn't until after he moved to the French capital on a scholarship in 1947 that he started exhibiting.
Turan lived in Paris for around 40 years. How can we see that influence in his work?
Without Paris, as I understand, he would never be able to create such a great works. It is unbelievable, but especially the red works. I think without Paris, without knowledge of French painting after World War II, Selim Turan was never ever able to proceed such a huge, jump.
Turan's work is variously figurative, realistic, abstract and symbolic, but he avoided aligning himself with specific groups or movements. His work was rather a visual experiment.
This room is filled with mobile sculptures made from everyday objects like cardboard, metal, bottle tops and wires. Sounds and installations have been added to create a sense of movement and move away from the idea of art as linear and toward Turan's interpretation of art as a road filled with slopes, flat stretches and hills.
Turan didn't hold his first exhibition in Istanbul until 1969, almost 20 years after he came to prominence in Paris. He wasn't well recognized in Turkey during his lifetime, but since his death in 1994, he's been acknowledged as one of the most important modern Turkish artists.
He say, I don't care. What you talk, what you're thinking, how you pay my painting. So he was truly free, So this makes Selim again a great spirit of this time. So I'm extremely happy, working with this type of atypical artists, not art market heroes. So unknown people who are sitting on the corner trying to be individual as possible. So you will see here this individual voice.
Turan's unique artistic voice will continue to be heard in the exhibition at Sakip Sabanci Museum until August. Miranda Atty, TRT World, Istanbul.